9025, China Eastern 207 Heavy. Toronto Centre, China Eastern 207 Heavy. Good day, descending via Boxham 7, 10,700 feet.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, Toronto Centre identified. China Eastern 207 Heavy, contact Toronto, arrival 125.4.
Contact Toronto, arrival 125.4, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Cabin crew prepare for landing.
Toronto, arrival, China Eastern 207 Heavy, 9,700 feet with information Zulu.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, Toronto arrival. Good day, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right.
Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Toronto arrival, Air Canada 504, 12,900 feet with the numbers. Air Canada 504, Toronto arrival. Expect the ILS runway 06 right. Expect the ILS runway 06 right, Air Canada 504. China Eastern 207 Heavy, descend to 6,000 feet.
Descend to 6,000 feet, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Contact Toronto Tower 118.7. Contact Tower 118.7, Jazz 9er 70.
Approach checklist.
Approach
Jazz
checklist.
617, contact Toronto Tower 118.7.
3008
Over to Tower 118.7, Jazz 617, have a good one.
3008 set. Approach checklist completed.
Flare 657, leave Macer heading 315, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right.
Flaps 1.
Leave Macer heading 315, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right, flare 657.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Flare 657, 10 miles from Lobco, turn right, heading 015, maintain 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 06 right. Turn right, heading 015, 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 06 right, flare 657. China Eastern 207 Heavy, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
1410 miles from Lobco, turn left heading 055, maintain 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 06 right. Turn left heading 055, 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 06 right, Air Canada 504. China Eastern 207 Heavy, leave Salop heading 175, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right.
Leave Selap heading 175. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, turn left heading 195, vectors for the approach.
Turn left heading 195, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Toronto arrival, Brickyard 3568, 13,400 feet with information Zulu. Brickyard 3568, Toronto arrival, expect the ILS runway 06 right. Expect the ILS runway 06 right, Brickyard 3568. China Eastern 207 Heavy, turn left heading 140.
Turn left heading 140, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Flare 657, contact Toronto Tower 118.7, have a good day. Contact Tower 118.7, Flare 657. Brickyard 3400, leave Macer heading 315, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right.
Leave Macer heading 315, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right, Brickyard 3400.
Air Canada 504, contact Toronto Tower 118.7. Contact Tower 118.7, Air Canada 504. Brickyard 3400, 8 miles from Lobco, turn right heading 015, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 06 right.
Turn right, heading 015, 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 06 right, Brickyard 3400.
Toronto arrival, Jazz 693, good day, 8,000 feet, we have Zulu. Brickyard 3568, descend to 3,000 feet. Descend to 3,000 feet, Brickyard 3568. China Eastern 207 Heavy for miles from Lobco, turn left heading 070, maintain 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 06 right.
Turn left heading 070, 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 06 right, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Jazz 693 Toronto arrival, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 06 right, Jazz 693. Jazz 693, descend to 3,000 feet. Descend to 3,000 feet, Jazz 693.
$2,500.
Radar altimeter alive.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, contact Toronto Tower 118.7, bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.7, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Gear down, flaps 20.
Gear down. Flaps
Toronto
20.
Tower, China Eastern 207 Heavy. ILS runway 06 right.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, Toronto Tower, continue.
Roger, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
06 right.
Brickyard 3400, Toronto Tower, continue.
Roger, Brickyard 3400.
Flare 657, exit left at Delta 5. Exit left at Delta 5, Flare 657. Air Canada 504, runway 06 right, cleared to land. Runway 06 right, cleared to land. Air Canada 504. China Eastern 207 Heavy, runway 06 right, cleared to land.
Runway 06 right, cleared to land, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
1,000.
Down.
Flaps.
Flaps up.
Landing checklist completed.
Thank you.
Approaching 06 right.
Toronto Tower, Brickyard 3568, ILS runway 06 right. Brickyard 3568, Toronto Tower, continue. Wilco, Brickyard 3568.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake not up. Reversers normal.
1,200 meters remaining. 900 remaining. 600
60
remaining.
knots.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, exit left at Delta 7.
Exit left at Delta 7, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Brickyard 3400, runway 06 right, cleared to land.
Runway 06 right, cleared to land, Brickyard 3400.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, contact ground 119er
我们已经抵达
1.
香港，请保持安全
Ground
带系好，
119er
不要打开
1,
行李
China
架，
Eastern 207
直到
Heavy.
系好安全带指示灯熄灭。飞机滑行期间，请不
China
要接
Eastern
听电话，以
207
免打
Heavy
扰其
request
他旅
taxi
客
to。company gate.
下机前，请您再次检查座椅周围，
China
确认
Eastern
已携带好
207
所有
Heavy,
随
gate
身物品。
140 taxi via Delta 5,
如您
hold
需要
short
转
runway
机，
06
请
left.
通过机场大屏确认您的后续航班登
Gate
机口信
140
息。
via Delta 5. Hold short
感
runway
谢您搭
06
乘
left,
天河
China
联盟
Eastern
成员中国
207
东方航
Heavy.
空班机，下次旅途再会。
China Eastern 207 Heavy, waiting to cross 06 left.
Please do not open the overhead compartment and keep your seatbelt
China
fastened.
Eastern 207 Heavy, cross runway 06 left at Delta 5. Continue taxi via Delta 5, Delta Delta Tree, Alpha
Please do
Kilo
not
6.
answer your phone when the plane is still taxiing.
Cross runway 06 left at Delta
Before
5.
leaving the aircraft,
Continue taxi via Delta 5,
please
Delta
be sure
Delta
to
3,
take all
Alpha,
your
Alpha
belongings with
Kilo,
you.
6, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
Thank you for flying with China East Airlines,
Brickyard
a member of
3400, gate 19
Flight Line.
tree taxi via Delta
See you
1,
next time.
hold short runway 06 left.
Gate 193 via Delta 1, hold short runway 06 left, Brickyard 3400.
Brickyard 3568, gate 2 for Niner taxi via Delta 1, hold short runway 06 left.
Gate 249er via Delta 1, hold short runway 06 left, Brickyard 3568.
Brickyard 3568, cross runway 06 left at Alpha, continue taxi via Delta 1, Alpha Delta Delta Tree Delta Romeo 1011 Charlie.
Cross runway 06 left at Alpha. Continue taxi via Delta 1, Alpha Delta Delta Tree Delta Romeo 1011 Charlie, Brickyard 3568.
号车员请准备到位监控，所有滑梯解除待命，相互检查。
Jazz 693, gate 2 for 5, Charlie taxi via Delta 1, hold short runway 06 left. Gate 2 for 5, Charlie via Delta 1, hold short runway 06 left, Jazz 693. Jazz 693, cross runway 06 left at Alpha, continue taxi via Delta 1, Alpha Delta Delta Tree, Delta Romeo 1011 Charlie.
所有滑梯解除待命，可以开门。
Cross runway 06 left at Alpha, continue taxi via Delta 1, Alpha Delta Delta 3, Delta Romeo 1011 Charlie, Jazz 693.